Hey, what is up, Nomad Nation? You've got God's Father. I am one third of your Nomad Gamers. Hey, it is Tuesday. We have started yet another week. I tell you what, it was a long weekend. The weekend went quick, but it was also relaxing. We had a lot of good things going on around the Shire here. Uh, we didn't get the renovations done that I wanted to get done. That's okay. Uh, my setup the way I have it now, it will work until we get going. Now, if you are watching me over on Facebook, Kick, or Twitch, I want to say thank you very much. You found Godfather or Godfather09 in Twitch's platform. If you do me a quick favor, if you would go over there and hit that follow button, turn on your notifications. That way, every single time that I go live or the Nomad Gamers go live, you are being notified of it. Oh, excuse me. Now, if you are watching us over here on YouTube, you have found the home of the Nomad Gamers, where every Saturday at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, you can catch my other two co hosts here. And it is a completely and utterly different atmosphere here in the Shire. We have a lot of fun talking about our favorite video games. We have a lot of fun joshing each other. And we just have a good time. I mean, that's just what it's all about. If you are watching me over on TikTok, I want to say thank you very much. Welcome to Talking Tuesday. TikTok is my newest platform. Uh, I don't think, and I can say this with honesty, I don't think we will be adding any more platforms to, at least not to Godfather. We might for Nomad Gamers. I know we have two other platforms in the works right now, but I don't know anything about it, so I don't want to say anything about it. So with that being said, sorry, the cat is being the cat. So with that being said, thank you so much for being here on Talking Tuesday. We're going to get going now. So the background, the famous background, we all know it was hit last Thursday. Uh, Dakota guessed it correctly. He got 3 points. Um, him and Gaming Utopia are the ones on the board right now. We're about half. We're a little over halfway through. Guess the background. Uh, the background ends right around February 8th, February 16th, somewhere in there. To be able to get included in on this fun little game that we're having for that $20 Amazon gift card, you need to follow whatever page that you or whatever platform you are watching me from right now. You need to follow that, and then you need to guess the background. Today's background, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to announce it is in a large fashion. So let's go over and take a look at it. All right, there it is right there. So we have got, which way do I need to go? I need to go this way. So we have got an asteroid over there. We've got the spaceship. We have got what looks like two targets over there. Then you've got a couple other spaceships right above my finger. And then you got the status of your ship right there. And I gave you a little hint already. It is in space. So, and I don't think, yeah, there's nothing here that shows anything that would be giving us away. So, this is the background for tonight. If you think you know what it is, remember to get in on this. You need to follow whatever platform you are watching on right now. You can do this one of two ways. You can wait until after Talking Tuesday and put it in the comments, and I will check. Or you can just go ahead and fire off a comment right now, and I will see it. So there you go. But you have to follow the page. You have to follow the page to be able to be entered. All right, so let's get out of the picture and let's get to what we are going for tonight. So tonight we got some trouble over at Rockstar. We got Call of Duty is in trouble. I don't know how much for a Call of Duty, the trouble thing. Take it with a grain of salt, please. Uh, but they're in trouble. Minecraft and Hyrule. We got a little bit of action on that tonight. Threats to GTA 6 already. The game hasn't even come out yet. And we've got countries giving it threats. PS Plus is going to be losing 9 games this upcoming month. We got the patch notes for Fallout 76. GameStop had a glitch. I bet you didn't know about that. And if you didn't know about it, too bad, it's already patched. And then Arc Raiders. We got some Arc Raider news. I don't know if Dakota's in or if his beautiful bride is watching, but we do have some Arc Raider news. And that will close out our Talking Tuesday. There wasn't a lot of news out there this week for gaming. The biggest one is what we're going to touch on first, and then we'll keep going. So there is a 5-star alert. 5-star alert. If you play Grand Theft Auto, you know what 5 stars is. 5 stars means you have your hands full with with police. Hey, thank you for the like, Dakota Novell. I appreciate it. Uh, a 5-star alert at Rockstar North Edinburgh headquarters as emergency services responded to a structural damage caused by an exploding boiler. Well, now we know what it was. If you were watching me on, I believe it was Sunday or Monday, this might have been yesterday this happened. Uh, I was on air when I got wind of this, and I went ahead and reported on it while I was playing Grand Theft Auto 5. There were no casualties. That's the greatest thing right now. There was no casualties reported. Uh, rescue 7 Scottish Fire and Rescue Services vehicles attended Rockstar North headquarters in Edinburgh this morning after an explosion rocked the building at around 5 a.m. local time. The fire crews spent about 3 hours securing the scene with a cordon put in place around the building. No one was injured during the incident. Thank God. Nobody wants to see anybody ever getting injured. They were alerted at 5:02 a.m. on Monday, 19 January, so it was yesterday, to attend an incident on Holyrood Road, Edinburgh. An SFRS spokesman told the Herald. Operations Control mobilized 3 fire appliances and specialist resources to the scene where firefighters worked to secure the structural damage at a commercial building. There were no reported casualties, and crews left the scene at 9:21 a.m. So there's going to be some for it being over there in Scotland. Their version of the fire trucks and some of the verbiage is slightly different than what we're used to, but this was nothing special that they rolled out to Rockstar North. It was just like 2 trucks and an ambulance. I almost guarantee it. A Rockstar North spokesman said that the explosion was down to a malfunction in one of the building's heating boilers. Okay, we now know what it was. Many thanks to those that reached out with concern and also to the police and fire crews who were on the scene quickly to assess the situation, he said. Everyone is well, and our studio remains. It is the most important part of this entire article. If you take nothing else away from this article about Rockstar North's explosion, this is the most important one. Uh, Everyone is well, and our studio remains open and operational. That's the key words: open and operational. Rockstar North is currently working on Grand Theft Auto 6, which is due to be released on consoles in November following 2 delays. The studio has also recently been embroiled. And we all know about the union busting thing. We're not worried about the union busting part. Uh, so I know yesterday a lot of people, I was getting text messages, I was getting emails, I was getting messages on all my social media platforms saying, "Hey, Godfather, what do you think is going to happen because of this?" I thought long and hard about it. Rockstar has been known to have a veil of secrecy over their company, and that is okay. I believe they are open and I believe they are operational. However, we will know for sure if GTA 6 is going to be delayed, if Grand Theft Auto 5 gets another major DLC. And when I say a major DLC, think about the timing for just a second. And I've been thinking heavily about this. We learned that Grand Theft Auto 6 gets delayed. Okay. Everybody's crushed. Everybody's pissed with good reason. Then all of a sudden, Rockstar dangles that carrot out in front of us and they say, "We're going to give you a DLC, a mansion in the hills. This mansion in the hills is going to cost you a fucking small fortune." If you ask me, in my educated guess, a mansion in the hills was a throw together because they delayed six. So it, the only thing I can say is that if we see another major DLC for Grand Theft Auto 5, it will be because of this. Because that boiler blew up. So as of right now, everybody can calm down. I don't think that GTA 6 will be delayed again, although it's not out of the possibilities. Nobody can say it's not going to. Everybody should be saying it could. Hey, Joker, thanks for watching over on TikTok Live. I appreciate it. All right. Oh, I hit that one twice. My fault. Jacob, thank you for watching Talking Tuesday. Oh, let's see here. Where is. All right, so the Call of Duty thing that is going on right now. I will see if I can find it again because somehow I closed it out. I don't know how I did it. I don't know why I did it. There it is right there. Got it already. Bam! Look at that. All right, so we're going to have two pieces on one country. We're going to have this one, we're going to have a break, and then we're going to get it into another one. A Russian politician calls for Call of Duty ban and homegrown alternative because you're almost always shooting at Russian soldiers in the modern warfare games. Dakota, I know you're still out there, brother. Refresh my memory. Do we shoot at Russian soldiers in Call of Duty? I don't remember that. I do know that we shoot at people with red stars, but I don't remember a nationality being called out. The Russian government says it will support developers working on a COD style project with tax breaks and other incentives. The Russian government is prepared to support the development of a homegrown military shooter akin to Call of Duty through measures including reduced corporate tax rates and insurance premiums for developers who make it. Confirmation of those potential incentives comes a month after a Russian lawmaker called for a ban on the Call of Duty series in the country, accusing Western nations of using it to spread Russo, uh, Russophobic propaganda. Okay, from Dakota. I don't have my chat box on. I'll just read it to you. Dakota says, sometimes maybe laugh my ass off. I know we shoot at the enemy, usually highlighted in red. Here's the thing, every enemy is highlighted in red. Are these two? Oh, let's see here. Are these two here because they're in red? Are they Russian? Every game I know of, like Call of Duty, when you get up to a bad guy, it's red. I don't remember us ever shooting at a Russian in Call of Duty. The commitment comes from a Gesta.ru report, Google translated via Insider Gaming, which quotes the Ministry of Digital Development as saying, if the government receives an application for funding for the development of a game on the topic specified in your letter, it will be reviewed in accordance with the established procedure and within the framework of existing competitive mechanisms. If you ask me, I just think they're pissed because Call of Duty's doing so well. What's next? Battlefield? The ministry cited existing government support for IT companies and game developers, including a reduced corporate income tax rate of 5%, reduced insurance premium rates, and a partial VAT exemption in certain cases. This is all extremely normal and unremarkable. Canada's video game industry is a powerhouse largely because province I can't even fucking say that. Governments throw generous tax breaks and funding options to game studios. Ubisoft has more offices in Canada than it does in France or the US. And it's not because Guillemot is a big fan of poutine. They're making it lucrative to them. You've heard on the Nomad Gamers where we say these game developers are now more worried about the shareholder than what they are the gamer. And this is just another example that is proving us right. Uh, what makes this case interesting is what prompted the comment in the first place. Shortly after Russia banned Roblox, very good decision, by the way. I, I I'm not here to pat him on the back, but anyone who bans Roblox is a good thing. In December of 2025, over extremist content and LGBT propaganda, don't care about that. Mikhail Delegin, deputy head of state, Duma's Economic Policy Committee, requested that, oh my God, Roskomnadzor, I murdered it, but I got it out. The agency that monitors and controls mass media in the country review the Call of Duty Modern Warfare series and, if warranted, ban them as well. Well, we can't tell Russia what to do, just like we can't tell Australia what to do. So if they want to ban it, ban it. Hey, it's all good. I'm not in Russia, so I don't care. Uh, Delegin was absolutely horrified, according to a separate Gazette report. You almost always shoot at Russian soldiers. It's a very unpleasant experience for any citizen of our country. A kind of horrific machismo. Here's the deal. I'm not going to go any further into this because they start repeating themselves, and I will leave my comments to this for when we come back to Russia for some more video game news. Russia is on the hunt for video games, so we'll just wait real quick until we get there. Uh, okay, now we're into Hyrule and Minecraft. What the fuck? Modding Arch Sorcerer casually invents Minecraft X Hightail crossplay defies laws of God and man alike. Now, I hear this Hyrule is pretty good. I hear this Hyrule is not as good as Minecraft, but it's decent. Everything that I've heard says it's decent. Even at a casual glance, it is not hard to see the similarities between Minecraft and Hytale, its latest block based sandbox competitor. As Hytale's early modding scene flourishes, one modder is taking those similarities to their logical endpoint, deciding that if the games overlap so neatly, Minecraft and Hytale players might as well just play together on the same server. Makes sense. It might sound like a black magic, but that didn't prevent modder Sadat Shahib from demonstrating the fruits of his forbidden arts on Reddit. You know, I don't report on Reddit, and this isn't Reddit, but these guys are going to Reddit to talk about it. So he posted screenshots of a functioning prototype of Minecraft and Hytale crossplay, casually explaining that he made Bedrock, Hytale, Java crossplay possible. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. So is I've been watching a little bit of this Hightail, and I wanted to make my own opinion on it. And I've watched a little bit of it in my busy time frame, and I went, that doesn't look bad. But I have a problem with this now. One of the problems is that if you can overlay Hightail onto Minecraft and make it work, and it's that close together, did them fools steal Minecraft and slap a new name on it? That's what it sounds like to me. Sounds like they yeah, that's exactly what I can't even sugarcoat it. I can't sugarcoat it to add more time onto the show because I just can't do it. So kick that one, kick rocks. Let's get into the juicy news of the night. So we already talked about Russia banning modern or Call of Duty Modern Warfare or Call of Duty series because of what they say is the game shooting Russians. Got it. Who cares? Let them do whatever. This one country is already threatening to ban Grand Theft Auto 6, which would make it inaccessible to millions of gamers. Calls for a ban on Grand Theft Auto 6 have been issued by an international public organization. Wouldn't be the first time. Focused on Russia, citing a perception of our moral, amoral content in the action adventure series. If made official, a Russian ban on Grand Theft Auto 6 could cut down Rockstar Games' potential worldwide audience to the tune of more than 140 million people. I think that's high. And the latest entry in Rockstar's celebrated franchise tops the list of many fans' most anticipated game of 2026. And it's not hard to see why. Alongside the series' historic popularity, especially after its transition to a 3D open world and Grand Theft Auto 3, fans are also dealing with the elongated time gap between mainline Grand Theft Auto games and Grand Theft Auto 5, which was released in September of 2013. We all already know this. I'm just laying some groundwork. And after rumors of a second delay for Grand Theft Auto 6 were confirmed in November, the new project release date is, or the new projected release date of November 19th, 2026 means fans will have waited more than 13 years for the day they finally get their hands on it. I'm taking a week off in November. I'm playing GTA 6 for a full week in November. I don't care. But back to this. For millions of eager potential players, that day may never come. Ivanov, who serves as deputy chair of the World Russian People's Council, has called for a ban of Grand Theft Auto 6 nearly 10 months ahead of its projected launch, calling the unreleased game a particularly dangerous tool of influence via a translation. As reported by Russian news website news.ru, Ivanov has justified his call for a ban in order to protect Russia's youth from the risk of corruption caused by media. The Grand Theft Auto series is no stranger to political controversy. It is not. And depending on the weight of his words, its reputation and popularity with the worldwide audience could cut players in Russia off from accessing it entirely. I don't agree with censoring. I never have and I never will. Um, but this is not the first time that Grand Theft Auto has been threatened with being banned. If you remember all the way back when San Andreas came out, I'm asking everyone to think way, way back. That was what, 2004, 2005? I think it was Christmas season of 04, 05, where when the game came out, they wanted it banned in a handful of countries around the world because you were able to kill cops. Vice City faced the same thing because you could go on a shooting spree of Leo. None of those ever came to be. And corruption, don't get me started on corruption. Kids are corrupted just from TV. All right? There is nothing on Grand Theft Auto 6 that is going to corrupt a kid any more than a fucking Disney movie nowadays would. It just wouldn't happen. So here we are 10 months from when Grand Theft Auto 6 releases, and Russia is the first country to call for its banning. Why? Because it's going to corrupt people? Well, guess what? Daily life corrupts people. TV corrupts people or children, as they called it. What it really is, here's where it ends at. Okay. The buck stops at this point. They can't control Rockstar North. They can't control the content in there. So therefore, we don't want it. Well, we do. I don't care what Russia wants. I don't think anybody does, unless you're in Russia. Oh, one act that he found particularly erroneous was the planned presence of the depiction of male striptease in Grand Theft Auto 6's content, which he called a direct and cynical violation of basic moral norms and traditional spiritual values. Characters in Grand Theft Auto games have been known to engage in sexual content, including visiting strip clubs and the infamous hot coffee minigame that was buried in the code of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. There's San Andreas again. It caused an uproar among moral objectors. His particular opposition to male strippers, however, has raised alarm bells, oh Lord, in the LGBTQIA plus gaming community. Sexual content between consenting adults is not outlawed in Russia, though there are restrictions against that whole thing again, advocacy groups and all forms of gender affirming care. Get politics out of gaming. Plain and simple. You cannot please everybody in the world. What is acceptable in America is not acceptable in Russia. What's acceptable in Japan may or may not be acceptable in America or Brazil or Korea or where. Take two nations, plug and fucking play, and you're going to get the same thing every single time. This was the same crap that they tried pulling with San Andreas. It's the same crap they tried playing or pulling with Grand Theft Auto 5 and 4. And I'm really shocked they didn't put in there about the prostitutes in the game. Ultimately, the World Russian People's Council does not have the legal authority to enforce any sort of ban. That authority and responsibility lies with the federal government agency. I can't even say that name, and I'm not going to try to, which manages the country's federal list of extremist material. While I'm guessing it's their State Department or their Trade Commission, banned access to Roblox in Russia over potential safety risks to children in late 2025. Its lengthy list of banned material has traditionally overlooked video games, focusing more heavily on books, movies, songs, websites, religious texts, and in recent years, social media platforms. However, the public's awareness of the World Russian People's Council holds some social influence over the public. So he may or he may not get his way. Um, we're 10 months out, and Grand Theft Auto already has to deal with it. That got a little bit too political for me. I'm sorry. I didn't think it was going to go that route. It did. It kind of had to. Uh, you can't you can't report on some things unless you report on everything, and then give you my take on it. And my take is, if you don't agree with it, don't play it. If you don't agree with what's in it, don't play it. Don't buy it. But nobody has the right, and I'll say it again, nobody has the right to tell a grown adult what they can, what they can't do. Nobody has the right to tell a grown adult how to parent their kid. This could tailspin into some crap that we don't want. It could we could get hit in the tail and go down to the shitter, and we're not going to allow that. So we're going to keep moving on. Grand Theft Auto 6 in November. Be tuned into all these platforms. I will be on for a week straight, and we will be gaming it a week straight, sun up to sundown. I might even sleep in my chair. Who knows? All right, let's move on to some more positive news here. It's not positive actually. PS Plus subscribers have to say goodbye to 9 games in February of 2026. Let's see what those games are. Arto, I've never heard of it. Cult of the Lamb. By the way, if you've heard of any of these games and you're pissed that they're leaving, let me know in the comments. I'd really like to know. New World, Atarium, Res Infinite, Saga Frontier Remastered, Spirit of the North Enhanced Edition, Super Neptunia RPG, The Ascent. Okay, here's one that people may get pissed at. WWE 2K25. Out of all those damn games, that is the only one that I could see anybody out there getting kind of heated about. But it doesn't tell us what's coming. All right. Fallout 76, you got a patch today. 1.7.23.11. Bethesda has released a new update for Fallout 76 that players can download on all available platforms. While the latest update lacks significant new content, the patch notes reveal numerous changes and bug fixes, which should improve the gameplay experience for Fallout 76 players. Uh, all this is quality of life improvements so far that I'm seeing. I am not seeing yeah, I'm not seeing anything that would jump out and say, "Hey, this is huge for 76." Here's the download sizes if you want to know. For PC, it's 14.7 gigabytes. From the Microsoft Store is 26.7 gigs. Xbox is 28.9 gigs. PlayStation is 12.8 gigs. Again, I think the game's getting bloated. Um, you've heard us talk about how big game sizes are. Armor and clothing, Ardenal and Lucid armor mods should now have their dynamic names appear on armors that have legendary effect. Fixed an issue with the cutthroat helmet having different color schemes between Pip Boy preview and when worn on a character. That's huge for a Fallout player. Additional headwear and eyeglasses can now be worn with the Ulysses mask. The Deathclaw Tamer hat will no longer remove a player's facial hair. That's kind of funny. Fix an issue which caused gloves on the male variant of the Rust Raiders light outfit to clip in first person with some weapons. Fix an issue which caused the gloves on a female variant of Rust Raider medium outfit to clip into first person with some weapons. That's also still kind of funny. A whole bunch of shit for the camp. I'm not going to go through them all. If you want to go see any of these patch notes, they're on Game Rant. It was updated uh, about 6:45, 7 o'clock today. There is, I would say, about a dozen to 2 dozen updates for the camp in Fallout 76. They've updated and fixed some of the challenges within the game. Let's see, there's four of those. An event got fixed. Localizations got fixed. There's like a half a dozen of those. Gameplay, yeah, it's just all quality of life. There is really nothing that they didn't add anything, and they just fixed quests. Uh, Miscellaneous, there's about a dozen of that. So, yeah, Fallout 76, it looks like they're fixing some things. They're continually fixing, but they haven't given you any new content. And I know a lot of people were probably looking forward to new content. I know when I was playing 76, every time a patch would come out, I'd be waiting to see what the new content was. Not this time. So, for over at GameStop, if everyone remembers, GameStop has been in the news here in the last couple of years at various times for various things. One was the stock market. We all know what happened there. They fixed it, they moved on. Now, give you the down and dirty of this. GameStop issues a statement on the infinite money glitch and puts a stop to it. So if you belong to the club there at GameStop, and if you were to trade something in on a pre-order or something like that, you would get a 35% increase in any trade-ins that you did. Well, this YouTube creator, RCJ Media, traded in his Nintendo Switch 2 and used a pre-owned promotion. He earned a profit on GameStop credits. GameStop responded with GameStop issues statement on the infinite money glitch. GameStop is aware of the GameStop infinite money glitch exposed by YouTuber RJC Media. By purchasing a Nintendo Switch 2 for $414.99, and then immediately trading it back in along with the purchase of a pre-owned game, he was able to make $435 of in-store credit. So they said, nope, that is not going to happen anymore. And funny enough, they used this words. They said, we patched it, which means if you didn't know about it, sucks to be you because they now know about it and they have patched it. So after a lot of talking, and I'm going a little faster because we're about ready to wrap this up, but uh, a lot of talking with Dakota while I was doing my live streaming, and we made a deal. I don't know if he remembers this deal, but I am going to Arc Raiders. Give me about 2 weeks, and I will buy the game and I will download it. At the same time, Dakota is going to download Grand Theft Auto 5. He is going to join my crew on Grand Theft Auto 5 to run businesses and have a lot of fun on our invite only session. Uh, and then I'm going to play Arc Raiders and join his little group and start to learn Arc Raiders as well. You'll have to come in because it's probably going to get funny watching me get my face blown off on the game. But I figured it was a good thing because Fireball's playing Escape from Tarkov. I'll be playing Arc Raiders. We're on both sides of that spectrum, so we'll be able to give a very good rundown on the pros and the cons and compare notes for both games. And I think that's going to be awesome. All right, so Arc Raider Design Director confirms a highly requested feature is on Embark's radar. How often is it that fans get what fans want? It ain't often. In fact, I wish game developers would go out and watch these big time content creators for video games and watch things like not necessarily me because I am who I am, but watch stuff like this to get feedback on their games. What do fans really want? Arc Raiders developer Embark Studios is beginning to openly acknowledge one of the community's most persistent requests regarding the game's main hub of Speranza. In a recent interview with PC Games N, Arc Raiders design director Virgil Watkins addressed player interest in expanding the game beyond its current state, confirming that a feature fans have long asked for is very much under consideration by the studio. The discussion comes as Embark plans its content roadmap for 2026, focusing on quality of life improvements and a larger structural additions to the core Arc Raiders experience. While Watkins was careful not to share any official timelines for the feature in question or even confirm that it would definitely be added at some point, his comments show that at the very least, Embark isn't dismissing the idea outright, which bodes well for the game's future and those who have had their fingers crossed for the future. I think this is amazing. I think it's great. And that's one reason why I'm going to end up downloading this game is because if they're listening to players, I want to be a part of a community like that. So be watching in the next 2 weeks. One of these times, myself and Dakota, we're going to be on Arc Raiders and we're going to be streaming, and you'll see what happens. Glad I seen that because if I missed this news, Sweet Kitty Pie would probably crush me when I got back in the house. So down at Universal Studios in Florida, this ties into video games because the Fast and the Furious franchise has a game. I didn't really like it too much, but they have one. If you go down to Universal Studios down there in Florida, in Orlando, uh, the Fast and the Furious, that little bus ride that they have, that is closing down in 2027, and it's making way for a new coaster for the Fast and the Furious Drifter. Without knowing much more, I I'm pretty sure it's going to be like the Mummy ride where it's all indoors, but that'll be cool. When I went down to Universal Studios, that was one of the things that kind of disappointed me about the Fast and the Furious. It was just blah, blah. I mean, you saw all the main characters on VR, and it was just blah. So it is what it is. So here's my schedule for the rest of the week. That was the last big thing we had to bring up. Tomorrow night, Wednesday, I will be streaming Grand Theft Auto 5. We're going to continue on our quest to build up my empire. I can proudly say that before this, I was on and I was doing some things. The nightclub is hopping. I am going around and collecting $400 to $500,000 every hour from my businesses. So we have unlocked something. We just got to keep on pushing through. If you want to uh, join my crew, I got three slots open now, two because Dakota has one. Here's the deal with my Grand Theft Auto play. I am here to have fun. I'm also mission oriented, which means as long as we're making money and having fun, I'm game for it. I'm not up for PvP. I'm not up for going around blowing people up and all that other shit. I'm just not for it. When we get a full crew of 4 people, we're going to run a heist. Depending on how good we get, we will run that heist 4 times. You will get the minimal payout for the heist 3 times. And on that 4th time, you will get the maximum payout. That way, everybody is making money. If you want to run around and service your businesses and run your product, I will be more than happy to help you with that. In fact, I'll sit shotgun and shoot. I don't care. So if you want to, I'm going to put it in the chat. This is my Rockstar ID. All you need to do is go on to the social club, friend request me, then go over to uh, Discord, join the Nomad Gamers on Discord, which we're on right now. Uh, and that way we can talk while we're doing this. Well, I got my own Discord set up. I've got my own channel set up. I got my own sub channel set up to where we can just game out. We can do our thing. So if that is what you are into, if that's what you would like to do, I invite you to come join my crew, join the Nomad Gamers on there. And man, let's make some money. Let's go get a mansion. And then this can carry through into Grand Theft Auto 6 and we can learn together. And that way nobody is being left behind on the new heist, the new missions, the new anything that comes out on that first wave with Grand Theft Auto 6. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. Then we got Thirsty Thursday, of course, Thursday night at 7:30. This Friday night, I will more than likely be gaming at my normal time of 7:30. And then Saturday is the Nomad Gamers at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. Hey, if you are on TikTok tomorrow morning around, I'd say 9 a.m. Central Time, tune in to Fireball 123D, my co-host. He'll be playing Escape from Tarkov or Fallout 76. Not sure which one. Tune in, give him some likes, give him a share, show him some love. So with that, Talking Tuesday is coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen. Santiago Cirillo, he is over on TikTok now as well. He is on the social platform that starts with an F. Go over there in the morning and look him up and support him. Watch his lives. He's doing great things for the community, doing great things for mental health awareness through entertainment. He is almost done recording. I forget which episode of Back from the Dead. Julio Lives. 420 the Dog Wrinkles is still doing his thing. So because I talked about him last, in his words. Oh, hold on. We got some. Oh no, that was all of mine. Okay, never mind. Never seen that before. In his words, your negativity cannot and will not break me. You're beautiful just the way you are. Keep gaming. If you're out there playing a game and you run across a griefer and that griefer needs blown the fuck up, you blow that motherfucker up. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much for watching Talking Tuesday. We've had somewhere between 4 and 15 viewers on all my other platforms. We've had 21 viewers on TikTok. It's picking up, ladies and gentlemen. It's doing what it does. So until I see you tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, be looking earlier, but I can't guarantee earlier. 7:30 is the go time. Until I see you then, peace and love.